they're going to be invaded by these foreign troops. They're going to be invaded by the robot dogs. Hey, the Lord says that in Jeremiah. To death, to death, to the sword, to the sword, to the famine, to the famine, to the captivity, concentration camp. And it says, and those that survive that, the beasts of the earth and the fowls of heaven is going to devour and destroy them. And then it said the Lord have appointed what? The dogs to tear. They got robot dogs now. So, damn. Come on now.
And their seed from among the children of men.
And your seed, your ugly ass children that you accumulated, they're going to be destroyed. And go and ask Zedekiah, king of Judah. He seen his son slain before his eyes, and then had his eyes plucked out and took into Babylon as a slave.
That's a cold judgment right there.
Hey, that dude might be Zedekiah, huh? He the king of Judah. Judah. Well, he a king now. You was a Gadite first. Because you ain't the king over Judah. You ain't the conquering lion of Judah. Yahweh Shai. You can't take his place. And you damn sure can't take his title. Right?
It says, for they intended evil against thee.
Oh, man.
They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Now that's really Esau, Edom, in the nation. But you ugly ass niggas have devised an evil device that you can't even imagine. Well, y'all think y'all gonna take it out and fight? That's a fucking imagination like I ever did see. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, you niggas ain't got no standing army, but y'all gonna come take over the world. Y'all figure in the brain. What's your plan today, brain? Take over the world. But you niggas can barely take over a block. You know? You can barely make demands against the small hats. Yeah. See, the small hats fear the men of the Lord that have the name. That's who they fear. They don't fear you damn clowns marching 20,000 deep or however many niggas you got. You don't need that.
It says, therefore shalt thou make them turn their back. When thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy streams against the face of them.
That's the spirit, because the armies of the world gonna turn back when they see the Lord. Didn't they say they was afraid yet there's fight? But how much more you armies of Israel, right? You niggas gonna turn back in the day of battle. Now we've been blowing the trumpet to warn you of this day. The day of battle has finally come. And the real men of the Lord gonna be ready. What they gonna say? Shield wall. They gonna cover up. And then we gonna be in a high tower. The name of Yahweh hey, Persian, come and get you. We can say, come on, man. We already in the straight game. We've been here. Hey, we do this thing, man. We've been here for years.
It says, be thou exalted, Yahweh in thine own strength.
That's what we gonna say. Be thou exalted, oh Yahweh in thine own strength. Woo! Hey, they call upon my name so my power can flow through it. Yahweh, Yahweh, there's gonna be a fucking laser coming out of our eye. Or like this brother like to say, jogging out, boom, 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 running through the fucking wall. Or like boom, you gonna be slamming a nigga, puny guy. Out this motherfucker throwing a goddamn thing.
Everything I see is the fucking hit.
Boom! That's right. Thy name, push down our enemies. I believe that's Psalm 44, 5. Hey, 44 is
it says, so will we sing and praise thy power.
Hey, when we went out to battle, we were singing. You had the musicians, they was playing. You had Jake singing. You had other Jake praising the name of the Lord. You had the other men jumping. And let's fucking go. And you had the other men bringing the weapons out.
I call it drum line.
Hey, one man, one sound. Hey, he's like, put that into the little music. So I had to put my little sin on the end there, you know. But that's the spirit. Because really, the song is already beautiful. But what makes it even more beautiful is the name of Yahweh. That's why this book is like no other book. Fuck the goddamn Quran, it ain't shit. Fuck the Kibra Negaz, the goddamn Book of the Dead, all this other shit. That was the Talmud. All that shit ain't got no power. But this book here has power. Why? Because it was inspired by the power.
That's right.
Yahweh to be written down. To be written in paper, for it is what? Faithful and true. That's it. That was it, keep dropping. Con. Oh, we can jump into prophecy. Yeah. Brothers got anything? Hey, second address. Brothers already know where to go. Second address. Isaiah 63. You know? coming of the Lord. Well, I never really got it.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 70, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord."
Great insurrection upon our people is coming. Why? Because in their mind they know there's a higher power, there's a God, but they don't know Him perfectly. And this is the time to know the Lord. Like the brother quoted many times in this street preaching, he said, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found." How is He going to be found? Through His men. In the congregation of the prophets.
We weren't always going to be out.
Woo! Because we got to get ready for war. We're going to have to sail away. You know? We're going to have to set sail with the Lord. Right?
It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none."
Oh, these soldiers, man. Through the brain chips they're going to have, the RFID. They show you that in a Black Mirror. It's called A Man on Fire. That the chip made them see what they wanted them to see. But they were really just slaughtering regular people.
That's going to be the anger of the Lord.
Yeah, that's because it's going to be a ghost in the shell. It's going to be Satan really on there, slay and slaughter the people of the Lord that the Lord sees fit not to save.
I ain't got that hedge, you through.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the spirit. I was thinking about that this week. The Lord's going to put a wrath on Esau, but He's also going to put a wrath on certain of His men in Jacob, because this is going to be the final battle, the final clash.
Countdown. Hey, that's the spirit, because the men of the Lord is going to be executing the judgments of the Lord as a battle axe, weapon of war. But then Esau, didn't it say that he beareth not the sword? So, and that's it said, "Those that do evil, thou shalt be free. But they that do how's it going on in the scripture? It said good works, you doing good works, you're not rulers not terror unto good works. So we're doing the good works. So the actual ruler, he ain't terror unto us. We give a damn about that clown. He has to fear the one that is higher than me.
And when you go into wrath, it really goes to indignation, man. A righteous anger, man. And we have a right to be angry, man.
That's right.
Esau, you just a little nigga, man.
He's just a little nigga.
Just a little nigga. A basement nigga.
It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord."
They shall be like crazy men, still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Pretty much the Lord's people, in a nutshell.
Come on. It says, you got mad when I call him a little nigga.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
What he reading pretty much is going into Jacob's room, right at the door.
And then it's going to tell you about the elect in the midst of that very same chapter.
Yeah.
Like, it goes into the trouble and the anguish, but then it goes to show you that the Lord, like, I'm the one bringing the trouble. But guess what? I'm going to deliver you from the same. But I got a quick script.
And like Habakkuk said, in wrath, remember mercy. He's going to be showing wrath to the wicked, but mercy at the same time to the elect.
And it tells you in that moment, in that time, a lot of our people are going to be paralyzed with fear. It says fear is a snare unto man, but in the fear of the Lord there is safety. You see that?
And a strong confidence.
Woo! And a strong confidence. Because a lot of our people, you got three things you can do in the middle of a war, battle. Either you're going to fight, flee, or freeze. So you're going to fight, flee, or freeze. But we're going to have another area. Faith. Woo! So as the fourth area.
And the beautiful thing, the Lord going to fight for His elect. He's going to lift up that standard.
That's the spirit. Hey, our keys are shield and buckler. It's both a defensive weapon and an offensive. You know? And that buckler can break anything that comes against it. Damn spear, sword, nigga head, you know? Yeah. The black woman, whoever, DTA. But this is the book of Acts, chapter 2. And I'll start at, chapter 3. I'll start at the top. It says, "A lame man is healed." How? Was it by physician? Was it by wicked scribes and Pharisees? Was it by money? Nah. Something else. It says, "A lame man is healed." This is Acts 3:1, a modern translation. It says, "One day Peter and John went to the temple at 3 o'clock. o'clock, right? In the afternoon, that's the 9th hour. I know the 9th hour is because I know the 9th hour is the half break. The 3 is like, I believe like 3 is the 12th hour. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta go back and look. That's how we kept time. It wasn't fucking Monday.
Like how it is now.
Goddamn,
The devil turned everything
2 o'clock.
upside down.
Yeah. It says the hour for prayer. There at the beautiful gate, as it was called, was a man who had been lame all his life. Every day he was carried to the gate to beg for money from the people who were going into the temple. It says when he saw Peter and John going in, he begged them to give him something. They looked straight at him. Peter said, "Look at us." So he looked at them, expecting to get something from them. But Peter said to him, "I have no money at all, but I give you what I have. In the name of Yahweh HaMashiach of Nazareth, I order you to get up and walk." Woo! I order you. Either you get up and walk.
Whether you believe it or not, these type of things are going to happen
Bro,
again.
that's the spirit. That's what happened with the men that, because you know, we came in, some brothers came in, listening to IUIC, listening to ICC, listening to Sabbath, listening to these other camps, right? But then they eventually, through the spirit, their search, found great millstones. And through them saying the name, and through that commanding authoritative spirit that Yahweh Shemashah gives to his men, they told us pretty much, get your ass up and do the work of the Lord. You, whoa, in the name of Yahweh Shemashah, I gotta do this right. I gotta be a man. I gotta do what's required of me. But the Nate keep Christ in these niggas' head, so they're lazy as hell. This whole congregation don't have their own channel. They don't do videos. They just look at him and shit. Like, get your lazy ass up and do something, man.
It goes to show you that that the name Christ, it keeps our people asleep.
And lazy.
They're lazy because look at the holler houses on the streets. Well, we just came out of that. And so Nate want to keep up. Hey, the Lord got a lot of blood. You got a lot of blood on your hand, Nate. The Lord, if you don't repent, the Lord gonna kill you, man, in front of the congregation. And we're gonna say, "Praise to Yahweh, bro."
Yeah. And you and your congregation, if they don't repent or not a part of the elect, will be slain as the brother read, with the bad men spared none. But I thought there was no Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble was gay. But that's the scripture telling you that these men are gonna be fucking insane and crazy. But what's gonna make them be insane and crazy? First, the spirit and anger of the Lord gonna be on them. And then the technology of Eve and sorcery, ghost in the shell, a demon, is going to be on them to destroy our people.
Hey, because our people used to struggling, man. He's feeling his power slip away, so that's why he's going to have that wrath come on him, man. When you walk around now, you can see it in Esau's face, man. He's ready to kill, man, because he see his kingdom falling.
He choked out that Jake on the train and shit. Come on now. So a lot of them clowns in the ICU, y'all don't know, y'all ain't warriors, man. You the niggas that got the army, but you have no warriors, man. Where the warriors at? You know? Who's gonna fight for the Lord? That's really what it's all about. The Lord don't give a fuck. Hey, but what did David say? He said, my sword, my bow ain't gonna save me. But in the name of Yahweh Shemashah, he teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. It is of Yahweh Shemashah that we do the things we do. That we're going to be turned up eventually. Right? That we're going to be able to break a fucking robot dog into a goddamn tank going to be thrown. We're going to have lasers come out of our eyes. You're going to fly. Mountable wings as eagles. Not faint and running on some flash stuff. We're going to be like invincible and omni-men through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
And that's why the scriptures say the house of David shall be as God, man. It's going to come a time where the Lord's going to allow us to do what it do, man. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Do, man. It reads on a little bit. It says, verse 4, it says, they looked straight at him. Peter said, "Look at us." Verse 5, so he looked at them, but Peter said to him, "I have no money at all, and I give you what I have. In the name of Yahweh Mashiach of Nazareth, I order you to get up and walk." Verse 7, then he took him by his right hand and helped him up. At once the man's feet and ankles became strong. He jumped up, stood on his feet, and started started walking around. Then he went into the temple with them, walking and jumping and praising Yahweh. Here it is. It all started with the name. See? Foundation. He had strength to get up. That's what got us from the dead state written in Ezekiel, was through the name of the Lord, man. That's why we're standing greatly. That's why our enemies are fearing, because through the name we're going to push them down. Not by military might, not by a damn Air Force, by the name alone.
And here's the thing, if you come into this truth and you hear the name, Yahweh Shai, if you wake up to being an Israelite and you know that there's a possibility that those are the actual names, why wouldn't you endeavor to use that instead of reverting back to Christ? The same name that kept us in captivity. You know? Like, even if you're not 100%, why would you still call upon an idol to deliver you?
People are lazy.
You know? That makes no sense. If you come into this thing and you're waking up as an Israelite, the good ship Jesus brought us over to this goddamn country. The name Christ was pushed upon the northern and southern kingdom to keep us in subjection. So waking up to who you really are as a people, why would you still revert to using those names? It doesn't make sense, Jake. You know?
Right.
And that's looking at it from a carnal perspective. It doesn't make sense.
But Jake don't
Right.
study. They ain't meant to be, like Paul said. He said, you reigned as kings without us. We were to God that you did reign, that we may also reign with you. But we know that rulership ain't going to come until Yahweh sits on the throne, man. So these niggas want to rule right now. But what about the King of Kings, man? Hey, we still got to hold it down. We still fighting the war. Niggas is lounging in their damn castles. Like thousands and shit. You through, man. We running through castles and shit like Mario, looking for Luigi and shit. Your ass is sitting thousands of castles. You hear that? I know you had something. Keep reading again.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods.
Oh, so everything you accumulated from your weak ass money, because when the economy crashed, boom, it's gonna be automatically digital. All your fucking money is gone. And the only way you're gonna receive that madness is by getting a little device.
It says, and cast them out of their houses.
And they gonna cast your ass out your beautiful home with your menorah too. They gonna throw that out with you. Like, yeah. Hey, apparently they got an underground railroad and shit. I don't know. As they say, they got an underground railway.
Right. They's got an underground railroad right to Esau's ass. Right to Esau, with his 150 million slaves. Because 150, Nate, you got a whole bunch of slave owners, bro.
Yeah, you through.
Hey, like I was talking candidly to the brothers on the side, man. Like, Nate, speaking so proud about that underground railroad, I said, don't be surprised, brothers. We going to this bunker and see his black ass down there, bro. Because we still got to remember, there's going to be Israelites reserved to be slayed in front of Yahweh Shai, man. The Lord might preserve this nigga, man.
I can see that.
Remember, IUIC has a booster club. They might jet set these niggas to another country, and we might see these niggas, Lord willing, we those men, when we come down and this funky ass is just sitting waiting in the jungle, man, to be judged. We don't know.
You gotta see that to believe it. I can see that. I can really see that happening, bro.
Damn, hey, that's the spirit, bro. Cause and guess what? After King Saul died, with Jonathan and his other sons, there were certain men in different cities surrounding Mount Gilboa, where the battle took place. And it said that Israel was scattered upon the hills as sheep with no shepherd, right? And it said the men that was stationed in those cities, when they heard the tidings that Saul and Jonathan and all his sons were dead, they said they fled out of those cities knowing that the Philistines was coming. So when these leaders of yours flee or they've been slain, what is going to happen to your congregation? Y'all ain't going to stand and fight. Y'all going to flee. And where you going to go? Esau don't want you. He's going to kill you. And you can't come to us because the Lord going to hide his thing. So where y'all going to go? You got to think about this. If these niggas go into their bunker like the brother said, where the fuck y'all going? What y'all going to do? We going to trust in the name of the Lord. We ain't going to do it. Go ahead.
So verse 73.
Think about it.